Good morning and welcome to Founders Call, everyone. It is November the 14th. We will kick this off here. So, if you are brand new to Founders Call, Founders Call is basically our Martin is here joining us. We're working together at the moment. But the Founders Call is essentially our best effort at transparency in the investment world. Both myself, Martin, have been involved in investments where the transparency that you get from what's happening and how things are developing is pretty much non-existent. And any kind of alternative assets or alternative investments that you're getting into these days, you typically get maybe a quarterly report. If you're in a really good investment, and for a lot of investments, a lot of private investments anyway, you're typically getting an annual report or an annual email that basically says things are going okay or things are going terrible or whatever it might be. And I just don't think that's super sufficient to give you an analogy of why I think communication is so important. I was on a plane to Chicago just last week. And when we landed in Chicago, we pulled off the runway and then we stopped before we got to the gate. And we're all sitting on the plane and we stayed on the runway, sat still on the plane for about an hour and 20 minutes. And no one said a single word for that hour and 20 minutes. Now, the first 10 minutes, everyone was like, yeah, that's, this just happens, delays, and, maybe we're waiting for a gate. Another 10 minutes passed, and then there was people getting a little bit antsy. Why are we here? What's going on? Another, we got 45 minutes in, and all of a sudden the entire plane is like, what is going on? This is, what's happening? Why are we sat here? What are we waiting on? It just became this anxiety, frustration, anger fest in this airplane. And like I said, we sat there for an hour and 20 minutes with zero communication. And I could even feel it in myself after 45 minutes to an hour. I was so frustrated as to why I didn't know what was going on. I'm okay with sitting there, but I want to know why I'm sitting there. And so, again, we do these founders calls every 2 weeks to try and get as much information as we can out there. We also, if you are invested with us or you are going to come on board and invest with us, we want you to have as much information as you might want. Maybe you don't want every 2 weeks. Maybe you want every 6 months, and maybe you want once a year, once every month, whatever it might be. Or maybe you're someone like me that wants a lot. And then the founders calls for you, which is every 2 weeks. And so, sorry here. Got three goals for this founders call. The first one is that I hope that you have a clear understanding of our current situation after watching this. The second is that you have learned something about the international developments in the process of this. And the third is that we can build a slither more trust with you than we had before you watched this founders call. So who are we? We are a team of managing partners. Half of us are in the US and half of us are in Costa Rica. Martin Papp is here on the left. This is myself, Tyler Jordan, and we have Derek and Lee Rush, as well as Daniel Calvosa here on the right. Between all of us, we've developed tens of millions in personal real estate across 8 countries. We've had our hand in almost 10 billion in developments, including managing giga projects, founded and scaled a Chinese tea company to over 400 locations. We've hosted 47 investors from 7 different countries for investor retreats. And so all that to say that now our focus, not just for now, but for the rest of our careers, is building, operating, and exiting luxury rentals. And this offering that we currently have open right now is for Costa Rica, and our fund is strictly for accredited investors. So we're going to go over 6 things here. General updates, property development, what's happened over the last 14 days, the next 14 days, thought of the week, and then any opportunities that are around. So quick little reminder, if you weren't on the last founders call, we have recently got back from our Costa Rica due diligence trip where we took down 7 different individuals from firms who were looking at signing on with us for all of their reps and advisors and clientele. Trip went incredible. We visited multiple sites that we own or are developing, as well as developments that are going on in those areas. We experienced the culture. They met our team. They met our architect. This is Andreas here, Kanyas, our architect. We saw developments that are going on. We saw previous builds that have been done by members of the team. We went through and we did a whole bunch of things. Even Daniel, our managing partner, even took us through some of the live construction sites that he has going on right now in the Tamarindo Playa Grande area. So it was an incredible trip, really successful, and it was great to have that light bulb go off for people who hadn't been to Costa Rica thus far in their life, to go down there and see the scale of what's happening in Costa Rica, and as well as the standards that Costa Ricans are held to down there. It's shocking. The engineering down in Costa Rica is far more elaborate in so many situations than it is here in the US. And so it was an incredible one. I'm going to play a quick little video from.
It is so beautiful here. I mean, it's so beautiful here.
Tamarindo is really quite extraordinary in terms of exploding real estate development.
I don't think that I've had a trip in my lifetime that was business and vacation in such a productive time.
I love it here. I'm so grateful that I came with Nova House. Amazing team.
We're here in Langosta, Costa Rica, 2024 on our due diligence trip. We've got broker dealers, RIAs, family offices, and potential future clients with us. And here are some of the things that we're going through and learning on this trip.
You have to go to raw sites where they had already bought. They cleared the land and the pad was ready. They also took me to a lot of different other developments to help with the vision of what the entire area can be. I was really honored to be here, and it's a great time.
The level of codes that the contractors are following that are pretty close to U.S. standards, which was very exciting to see. Their level of finesse and technique and high standards to quality and quality control. Clean, the people are so nice. It's definitely a very fun place to visit.
Understanding what's happening in Costa Rica and the development and what's happening here and the scope of like this humongous luxury villas and the tremendous opportunity that there is in Costa is just make me feel like I want to come back here. I want to bring money here. I want to bring investors with me, and I want to be here and I want to like be involved with this project. Just an amazing connection to nature, and there's an amazing connection. The people that's coming here are really understanding that they're getting out of this matrix of life where there's like nature and beauty, and you can still have everything that you want to in one place.
I have to say the experience, not only with the people that were involved, but Nova House, the thoroughness of what you guys put together here and what you were able to communicate and demonstrate to us has just been absolutely amazing. It's also given us the bandwidth to understand the culture, not only from a business standpoint and also from an interpersonal and cultural experience, which has been amazing. From Bob Simon, thank you very much to Nova House.
Awesome. Yeah, just a quick little recap from what they enjoyed about the trip and what they saw and experienced. So let's get into general updates. The first one here is capital raising. Capital raising has been, the biggest learning curve for us and the biggest shock factor as to the time, effort, money, skill, just the scale of what it takes to actually raise meaningful capital. When we originally started raising capital, I'm not sure if it was beginner's luck or what happened, but we were, able to raise a relatively, good amount of money very quickly, almost seamlessly. It was almost a false illusion, and so. For now, we are fully committed to raising capital and raising meaningful capital to allow us to actually, move forward with all of the things that are currently being put in place. Committed capital versus landed capital is two extraordinarily different things. We have a lot of committed capital, people that are saying, yep, this is how much we want to put in. We want to do it over the next couple of weeks or the next month or 2 months or whatever it might be. And, hey, I've got this client and this is roughly how much they would be looking to allocate. This is how much we'd be willing to commit. Let's, move forward, those types of things. But that is committed capital. However, that capital has not landed in bank accounts and things like that. So committed capital, we are doing very well on. Landed capital on is something that we are really pushing and drilling down on at the moment, coming into the end of this year. On that note, Martin and I have moved into an office together actually this morning, and we will be in here 7 days a week, probably 16 hours a day for the rest of the year. So that is where we're at on that side of things. Just again, going over the Costa Rica due diligence trip. So far, 100% of the trip attendees have committed to moving forward with the Nova House. This is a big deal because the relationships that we have down there, or that we brought down there, we see having a really long-term effect on the company and our future. You know, the people that we want to partner with. Our slogan is "Do great things with great people," and these are people that, you know, we spent a lot of time working with and making sure we're building the right relationships here, because we see these relationships as multi-decaded relationships, not just for this offering and then it's all done. It's, you know, this is for us, we're trying to find and prioritizing the relationships that will be with us through Fund 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, etc. 3 of the people who came on that trip are not only signed on with Nova House, but they're actually also coming in on a personal level as well. So not only with their clients, but them themselves as an individual as well. So next steps are, you know, moving that capital from capital commitments to capital actually landed. Just a reminder here that the Buttonwood reports are out for any RIAs and broker dealers that are looking at the Nova House. Buttonwood due diligence, both our program report and our sponsor level report are on their site for you to look at. Please go to buttonwooddd.com and you can sign in, find the Nova House, and get our reports on up there. I was just in Tampa last week for the Fully Funded Summit. I'll find some photos where we're at down here. And which was fantastic. Got to meet a lot of fund managers, capital raisers, you know, CEOs of family offices and large funds, and get to learn a lot about the capital raising process and honestly the offering, ways to structure your offering and basically how to serve investors at a level that you know is even beyond what we are now. I then went to Chicago, which I just got back from yesterday, met with multiple advisors there, as well as went and stopped in and met with Great Point Capital and 4-Star Wealth whilst I was there, which was fantastic. I actually have let me tell you who we go. This is Keegan and Janessa from Great Point. They are incredible. If you don't know them, I highly recommend reaching out to them and getting to know them. But I stopped in and saw them while I was around, as well as, I don't have any photos, but I stopped in and saw the team at 4-Star as well while I was there, Tammy and Evan and Brian and all that. So that was great. Also had, as I said, a couple of meetings with advisors for our fund. Also a reminder that we are down in Mexico for the 4-Star Wealth Management Conference in December with the 4-Star. So all of their advisors will be there and we'll be down there for, I believe it's 2 or 3 days, presenting and going over our offering and, you know, looking to see what or how it fits into their clients' portfolio. Property development. Obviously, capital raising at the top of the funnel. Other property updates are secondary to all capital coming in. So the property development is always secondary to capital raising. However, we put an LOI on a property in Senderos, Tamarindo, which has now been accepted. This is all of this has happened in the last 2 weeks. So on the previous call, I don't even think I'd even had in here about the fact that we had an LOI on, but that has been accepted now. We have a special investor lined up already to purchase that property. Things are moving forward with that right now. Martin is actually out there on the phone right now, I believe, to them, discussing the next steps in terms of this. Property is about half an acre. It's already permitted, titled. It's already got preliminary designs. It's already an established development, and it's almost in the heart of Tamarindo. It's really difficult to find any spot that is that is in as perfect of a situation and as a location as this property in Senderos. So this is the preliminary designs that it comes with. We will obviously be amending these quite a lot to make it fit what we are as a company. You know, the gym, the sauna, the ice bath, the podcast room, the meeting rooms, the working stations, all these types of things. You know, at this current moment, it's a beautiful property. However, it does not have the amenities that, you know, we are building our brand on top of. It is a place to work, play, and connect. That is what the Nova House is, and that is what these properties need to become a Nova House property. And so, you know, you're looking at a total budget to build plus the land is, you know, you're looking at around 2.6 million US. Senderos, the actual master plan of Senderos, is a very large development. We actually took, you know, those investors that I showed you to Senderos and had a look around. So some of the properties that are already in there, you can see they are magnificent. They are very large properties. I don't know that I have any other photos in here from it, but yeah, the Senderos project is truly unbelievable. So we are the lot that we've just had accepted and are moving forward on is 13F, which is up here about half an acre. You've got ocean views, you've got mountain views. I think there's some up here. Yeah, that's from one side of the property. You've got all these beautiful mountain views. You've got partial ocean views on this side. Then you've got ocean views over the back here. So yeah, that's fantastic news. I'm trying not to get too excited about it because, as you guys know, nothing means anything until it's 100% official. So ideally in the next, you know, couple of weeks, we can actually, you know, have that lockdown purchase complete, finalized, and in our hands. Last call, I mentioned that we were, Derek and Lee and Derek were reapplying for the water letter, which they have now had that, application is now in for that, for the Playa Grande property, and as well as the bidding on Manuel Antonio actually completed today. So now it's going through and selecting from those bids and working with the contractors. Last 14 days, just to recap, obviously that LOI has been accepted and we've already got a family office investor ready to go ahead purchasing that. That property will then be contributed to the fund as equity. Been in Tampa, Florida, capital raising summit, as well as incredible connections. Got a lot of meetings signed up from that, as well as was in Chicago for advisor meetings and firm visits. Reps and advisors of signed firms have already begun getting our materials, and meetings have already begun being set. And then obviously Martin and I moved into an office together. Next 14 days, the goals here are just to meet with as many advisors as we possibly can from signed firms, finalize funding from trip attendees, as well as targeted marketing and funnels going out to advisors. This is absolutely crunch time for us. So it's, you know, as I said, me and Martin are going to be spending more time than we know what to do with together over the next 6 weeks. And it's all built around this needs to move forward, and this needs to move forward in a big way. Very quickly. You know, this is our livelihood. This is it. So, thought of the week is know, like, trust. People need to know you to have a chance to like you. They then have to like you to have a reason to trust you. They then have to trust you to have a reason to do business with you. And so, whether you're raising capital, whether you're investing into someone else, whether you're taking on investment, whether you're a salesperson, whether you're in a company, whether you're trying to find a spouse in your life, whatever it might be in the world, you have the formula is know, like, trust. So first you need to know somebody, you know, or they need to know you. They need to see your face. They need to hear about you. They need to have met you. They need to be somewhat familiar and know who you are. This comes in the form of marketing, in forms of referrals, in the form of references from friends or other investors or whatever it might be. They then have to like you. They have to enjoy your company or resonate with your message, or resonate with your messages and values. And last one here is that you need their trust. And so how do you gain that? You gain that by showing up time and time again and doing what you say you're going to do. If someone comes into the industry and they're around for 3 months and then they're gone, and then they come back in another year and they're around for 3 months and they're gone, tend to put that person down as someone that's very inconsistent. Whereas somebody that shows up day in, day out, no matter how much is thrown at them, they continue to show up. That is someone that you trust, and that is someone that you can see longevity in. And so our sort of experience with that is that, we initially raised capital from doing exactly this. We didn't even know that the know, like, trust, thing was a theory, but since we were doing it unknowingly, and we raised capital through doing that, and it was seamless. And then we needed to scale to raise much larger tickets to build out the size of this fund and the size of these builds and do what we needed to do. And that takes time, effort, energy, and money to build up your know, like, trust in a crowd or an industry that don't know you. And so if you're raising capital or buying investments or doing honestly anything in life, just know that you cannot skip or speed up the know, like, trust steps. And it's something that you just have to go through. But double down on know, like, trust. Know, market yourself. Like, have people resonate with you, your message, your values, your traits. And then trust is you need to show up every single day. No matter how many times you're getting, kicked in the teeth, you need to show up every single day. Opportunities. If you are interested in the Nova House in any way, shape, or form, either from yourself, from your own personal perspective of investment, or from a client's perspective, if you want to get in contact with me, there is an appointment link in my LinkedIn bio. Click that. You can book a meeting with me direct. If you are in Orange County, California, both myself and Martin are here in Orange County, please just let us know, whether it be via LinkedIn, via email, martin@thenovahouse.com, or tyler@thenovahouse.com. Please let us know, and we'll catch up for coffee, grab some lunch, whatever it might be. We'd love to meet you. Or if you're in Costa Rica, Daniel is in San Jose, and Derek and Lee are in Tamarindo. So please let us know where you are. We would love to actually catch up with you in person. That's it. Be great. Whatever it is for you for the rest of this week, I hope that you just be great at it. Give it your all. Give it everything that you have, and you will be rewarded in some way, shape, or form at some point. So till then, be great.